boy, have a cigar, you're gonna go far. You're gonna fly, you're never gonna die. You're gonna make it if you try, they're gonna love you. But I wanna go to deepest scared when I knew what was sincere. But baby, it's just fantastic, that is really what I think. Oh, by the way, which one is pink? And did we tell you the name of the game? Boys, they call it riding the gravy train. Just knocked out, all about ourselves. You gotta get the album out. And people, I'm so happy you can hardly count you. Even else is just green. Had to see the chart. It's hell of a start. We can make it a monster if we put it all together as a team. And did we tell you the name of the game? Boy, we call it riding the crazy train. Well, guys, I'm going to dedicate that to the Ready Center in Atlanta, Georgia. They've got the best instructors, bar none, on the planet, as far as I'm concerned anyway. They taught me in a way that I could pick it up and really understand it. I mean, I'd been previously in maintenance of way for the railroad through a contractor out of Minnesota. And I thought I knew a few things about the railroad. I knew I forgot about a lot about the railroad in the last 10 years, but I didn't have a clue of how much I forgot or how much I never knew. Good thing I had those instructors. They teach you. They build what they call it is building blocks. And Mr. Murphy was always talking about building blocks. They teach you one step at a time in a way that just about anybody can pick it up. Awesome instructors, the whole bunch of you. I really appreciate the time I spent there. I get ready to start Monday as a freight conductor for the railroad, and just grateful right now that I got that chance. You guys, railroad's hiring right now out there, big time. People that were hired 30 years ago are getting ready to retire. About half the company in the next 5 or so years is going to be retiring. You won't see an opportunity like this again. If you don't have a degree, especially, you probably want to look up the railroad and, Google yourself a railroad, go to a .com, and put in something asking for notices, fill out an application, a resume, get with somebody, interview. Hopefully, if you get the opportunity, awesome position, awesome benefits. Used to be you had to know somebody to get in with the railroad. It was pretty well locked up. Or have a family member or something. Right now, it's a really good opportunity, but the window won't be open long, so jump on it while you can. Also want to thank Daniel's Charters in Atlanta. Really good driver named Bobby. Tom wasn't too bad. Tom, if you're watching, you weren't too bad either. But Bobby, me and Bobby got along pretty well, and he's an awesome professional driver. Really safety-oriented driver, and just an all-around good guy. I really appreciate Daniel's Charters for everything they did while I was in Atlanta, and I got to give a quick shout-out to the Crestline extended stay Crestline Hotel at 905 Crestline Parkway, as well as their neighboring Crestline, which is a different address, but another extended stay. All friendly people. There's a couple grumps, but for the most part, really friendly. Really nice place to stay. The rooms were beautiful. You weren't bothered with anything really. It was just nice and quiet, and it was a nice visit for 6 weeks in Atlanta. So thanks everybody, and stay tuned. I'll be doing some more songs. I wanted to just mention though, really briefly. The reason I did those last 3 videos about Avis, because I am partnered up with them, is because, it was an extremely bad situation. Normally I wouldn't throw anybody under the bus or train, so to speak, like I'm trying to throw Avis under the train. And yes, I am trying to throw you under the train, Avis. And that's where you belong. I don't know if you train your people, but when I talk to 15 people, and exactly 13 of them are ruder than anybody I've ever dealt with in my entire life, then I start to think maybe you're training them this way. I don't know where they get off treating a customer like that, but I know it isn't right. And you guys, the companies are going to keep doing that to us. They're going to keep misleading us basically it's what I consider it is just like, how can I explain this? It's like, it's not false advertising, but it's really, it's just bad advertising. They put up all these things about BMWs on the web, and it's almost like they're twisting your arm to get a BMW, and then they include a bunch of fine print, and they give you a coupon. They include a bunch of fine print. They know you're going to bite on it because you see the BMWs, and then you come in and you don't read the fine print, and they upgrade you one model. Hey, that's still a nice deal, but why don't you just tell me you're upgrading me one model and be done with it? I would have been happy with that until I saw the BMWs. It's not a way to conduct business. My point is, yes, I know I'm a full-grown adult. I should read the fine print. That's the world we live in. But does it have to be that way? Should it be that way? Ideally, it wouldn't be that way. And if we would stand up as a society just once, like in this situation, and band together and spank Avis, make an example of them, companies might stand up and take notice. Perk right up in their chair. You know why? Because you're hitting them where it hurts, the wallet. Don't do business with Avis. I mean, you can. This was just my personal experience, but if I'm a preferred customer and you're not, how much better do you think can it be for you? I mean, maybe some of it was based on my attitude because I was upset and I was short with them. But if they were fair with me, I'd talk to them fairly. I did nothing that anybody else wouldn't do, and I still really I got it. It was bad. It was, when I say worst customer service ever, I mean it. I just spent almost an hour talking about it, so that's how bad it was. And plus, I spent 14 hours dealing with it up till this point, with all these calls, with all this rigmarole. I mean, it seems like 14 hours. Now, that might be an exaggeration, but I swear. I mean, and some of my time is worth about $100 an hour. So every hour I put in, I mean, they're out what? Their car would have run me, if I would have just rented it for one day, it was $189. I was asking to get it for $79. So they were out $110 to make a customer happy because he saw it on the website, and to honor what he saw because he didn't read the fine print. You think they'd do it. Even if they didn't do it, they could have at least been polite about it, and they could have done it where I wasn't getting 15 different stories from 15 different people, and they could have not smiled when I was explaining my story at the counter to them, like it was funny that I was upset. There's a lot of things they could have done differently. They could have not handed the phone off to somebody else while I was talking. They could have, it could have, would have, should have. They could have done a lot of stuff. Just about everything they did was wrong, and that's why I said it's bad customer service. So, if anybody from Avis is watching, epic fail. Epic fail. You had me one time, exactly one time. I didn't even get in a car, and you'll never see me again. Ever. And I hope, and I pray, and I don't usually like to see people fail, but in your case, with all the bad people you got and all the bad phone systems that dump people, you got bugs in your system too. You got the worst switchboard I've ever seen. So much of your company is bunk that I hope you fail. And I hope about 10,000 people do not come to you because of what I just said. I hope it costs you about $1.5 million. That's what I hope. But everybody's got to stand up. Otherwise, companies are just going to keep on doing this to us, folks. We don't lay the line down and show them where the cat poops. They're just going to keep right on doing it. Make an example out of one company. Take the time. Boycott Avis or boycott some company, but at least take the time to make an example. But if we all get together and do it on something like this, guarantee you, other companies are going to sit up and notice. You guys be cool.